Hello and welcome back to Deep Dives with SmartBookWorms. I'm Claire, your virtual book guru host for today's show. Join me, Martina, Amanda, Megan, Nathan, and Kris Stopher, my co-presenters and fellow virtual book gurus, as we dive deep into 5 classic books you should read this festive season from authors you love to read. Today, we are delving deep into the following 5 classics. The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. A heartwarming tale about love, sacrifice, and the true spirit of giving. Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie. A thrilling holiday murder mystery with Poirot solving a crime amidst the festive season. Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. A humorous and satirical take on the holiday rush, later adapted into the movie Christmas with the Cranks. The Polar Express by Chris van Allsburg. A magical and nostalgic story that captures the wonder of Christmas through a child's eyes. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. A timeless story of redemption as Ebenezer Scrooge transforms from a miserly man to a generous soul through the visits of 3 Christmas spirits. So if you're sitting comfortably, we'll get things rolling with Megan and her selection of choice for this Yule Tide.
The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry is a heartwarming tale about love and sacrifice. It's about Jim and Della, a young couple who give up their most prized possessions to buy meaningful gifts for each other. What makes this story unforgettable is its twist ending, which beautifully highlights the true essence of giving. Let's dive deep into O. Henry's Gift of the Magi and try to uncover the real meaning behind this classic story. The Gift of the Magi is one of those timeless tales that has captivated readers for generations. Written by O. Henry in 1906, it's a story that has become synonymous with the spirit of Christmas, love, and sacrifice. But what makes it so enduringly popular? Is it the relatable characters, the clever plot twist, or something more? The story revolves around a young couple, Jim and Della, who are struggling to make ends meet during the holiday season. They're desperate to get each other the perfect Christmas gift, but their poverty seems insurmountable. Jim wants to buy Della a set of beautiful combs for her lovely long hair, but he can't afford them. Meanwhile, Della wants to get Jim a chain for his prized possession, a gold watch. The problem is, they're both broke. As they try to find a way to get each other the perfect gift, we see their financial struggles laid bare. They're forced to pawn their most precious belongings just to make ends meet. It's a heartbreaking portrayal of poverty, but it's also a testament to the couple's unwavering commitment to each other. Through their struggles, O. Henry highlights the importance of sacrifice in relationships. Jim and Della are willing to give up the things that matter most to them just to make the other person happy. It's a beautiful, if not bitter, reminder that love isn't about material possessions. It's about the thought and effort we put into making each other happy. Della's hair has been her crowning glory, and Jim's watch is his most treasured possession. But in a surprising twist, Della cuts and sells her hair to buy a chain for Jim's watch, while Jim sells his watch to buy Della the combs she's always wanted. The irony is devastating. They've both given up the very things that made their gifts special in the first place. This poignant twist raises questions about the nature of sacrifice and the true meaning of gift-giving. Is it about the price tag, or is it about the thought and love behind it? O. Henry's masterful storytelling leaves us pondering the answers to these questions long after we finish reading the story. Through The Gift of the Magi, O. Henry reminds us that love, sacrifice, and irony are intertwined. The story remains a powerful commentary on the human condition, and its themes continue to resonate with readers today. Don't forget to share your thoughts on The Gift of the Magi in the comments below. Stay tuned as I hand over to Amanda with her selection.
Next up is Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie. Imagine a family gathering gone wrong. Wealthy patriarch Simeon Lee is murdered, and everyone is a suspect. Poirot's brilliant mind untangles the clues, and the festive setting contrasts sharply with the chilling crime. Perfect for fans of mysteries and holiday drama. Let's try to piece together the clues and solve a murder mystery just like Hercule Poirot, all while celebrating Christmas. Hercule Poirot, the legendary detective created by Agatha Christie, is known for his exceptional mustache and his extraordinary detective skills. In this festive season, I invite you to join me on a thrilling adventure as we try to solve a murder mystery, Poirot style, on Christmas Day. It's Christmas Eve, and a group of friends and family have gathered at the opulent Winterbourne Manor for a festive dinner. The atmosphere is merry, with champagne flowing and carols playing in the background. But little do they know, this joyful evening will soon turn into a nightmare. During dinner, one of the guests suddenly collapses, dead. Panic sets in as the guests realize they are trapped in the manor with a killer. As the police investigation begins, the guests start to get nervous. They all had secrets, and it seems like each one of them had a motive to kill the victim. Who was it? The wealthy businessman, Mr. Jenkins, who stood to gain from the victim's demise. The quiet and reserved Mrs. Lee, who had a history of rivalry with the victim. Or maybe it was the charming and flirtatious actress, Sophia, who was seen arguing with the victim earlier that night. The police are stumped, and it's up to Hercule Poirot to unravel the mystery. With his exceptional detective skills and his famous little gray cells, he begins to examine the clues. He talks to the guests, gathering information and making observations. He studies the crime scene, looking for any tiny detail that might lead him to the killer. Behind the mask of elegance and sophistication, each guest is hiding something. There's the suspicious letter opener found near the victim's chair, the torn piece of fabric caught in the window, and the cryptic message on the wall. Poirot's eyes are scanning every detail, his mind racing with possibilities. As Poirot digs deeper, he discovers that the victim was not who they seemed to be. They were hiding secrets, secrets that someone was willing to kill to keep hidden. But who? Poirot's little gray cells are working overtime, piecing together the evidence, and slowly but surely the puzzle starts to take shape. The moment of truth has finally arrived. Poirot gathers everyone in the grand drawing room, his eyes twinkling with excitement. He begins to reveal the events of that fateful night, exposing the killer's identity and their motives. The room falls silent, the guests stunned by the revelation. In the end, it was not just about solving the murder. It was about understanding human nature. Poirot's exceptional skills and his unique approach to detective work not only solved the case, but also brought peace back to the festive occasion. As we close this Christmas murder mystery, we're reminded that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope, and that sometimes all it takes is a little bit of logic and reason to unravel the most complex of mysteries. Thanks for joining me on this thrilling adventure. If you have a favorite Hercule Poirot moment, please share it with me in the comments below. Now we're heading off to join Martina to see what her festive book is all about.
Skipping Christmas by John Grisham is a hilarious and satirical take on holiday traditions. Luther and Nora Crank's decision to skip Christmas entirely leads to chaos and surprises. It's a lighthearted read that'll resonate with anyone feeling overwhelmed by the season's hustle and bustle. Let's dive into John Grisham's Skipping Christmas to see if it really deserves a spot as a holiday classic. Skipping Christmas by John Grisham is a novel that tells the story of a couple, Luther and Nora Crank, who decide to opt out of Christmas celebrations. Yes, you heard that right. They're skipping Christmas. The premise is intriguing, and I'm excited to explore whether this book is a holiday classic or not. One of the central challenges faced by the main characters is dealing with societal expectations and the commercialization of the holiday. As soon as they announce their decision, they're met with disbelief and criticism from their friends and neighbors. It's as if they're breaking some unwritten rule by not participating in the festive season. This pressure to conform to holiday norms is something many of us can relate to. We've all been there, feeling obligated to attend parties, buy gifts, or cook elaborate meals, even when we don't necessarily feel like it. The Cranks' decision to opt out sparks a wave of reactions, from outrage to curiosity, and it's fascinating to see how they navigate these interactions. But what's also fascinating is how Grisham uses this challenge to explore the commercialization of Christmas. We live in a world where holiday ads start playing in October, and it's easy to get caught up in the frenzy of buying and consuming. The Cranks' decision to skip Christmas forces them and us to re-examine what's truly important during the holiday season. As I read through the book, I couldn't help but think about how we've lost sight of the true meaning of Christmas in the midst of all the chaos and consumerism. Grisham raises important questions about the kind of pressure we put on ourselves and others during the holiday season, and whether it's truly worth it. The book explores several themes that are woven throughout the narrative. One of the most prominent is the pressure of holiday traditions. We're often tied to certain rituals and customs because of family expectations or social norms. But what happens when we want to break free from those expectations? Another theme is family dynamics, particularly the complex relationships between parents and children. The Cranks' decision to skip Christmas has a ripple effect on their daughter, Blair, who's away at college. This plot thread adds an extra layer of tension and emotional depth to the story. Lastly, the pursuit of personal happiness during the festive season is a major theme. The Cranks are on a quest to reclaim Christmas for themselves, but what does that even mean? Is it possible to find happiness and fulfillment during the holiday season without succumbing to societal pressures? As I turned the pages, I was eager to see how the story would unfold and what lessons the characters would learn. And then, there's a pivotal moment when the Cranks realize the true meaning of Christmas and the importance of connection with loved ones. It's a beautiful, heartwarming moment that made me reevaluate my own approach to the holiday season. Without giving away too many spoilers, let's just say that it involves a mix of self-reflection, family bonding, and a dash of Christmas magic. So, can skipping Christmas be considered a holiday classic? In my opinion, it's a resounding yes. The book imparts valuable messages about the importance of staying true to oneself, cherishing relationships, and finding joy in the simplest things. Before I wrap up this section of the video, I want to hear from you. Have you read Skipping Christmas? And what are your thoughts on the book? Do you think it's a holiday classic? Or do you have another favorite festive read? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more videos on holiday-themed literature and beyond. Now, we're going to hear what Nathan has to say.
The Polar Express by Kris van Allsburg is a story of wonder and belief. A boy's journey to the North Pole on Christmas Eve is an enchanting adventure filled with the spirit of the holiday. Its stunning illustrations and heartfelt message make it a classic for readers of all ages. Join me as I take on the challenge of experiencing the magic of Kris van Allsburg's Polar Express adventure in real life. In this part of the video, you'll explore the captivating world of Kris van Allsburg's The Polar Express, a story that transcends generations and ignites the spirit of Christmas. At the heart of this beloved tale lies a powerful exploration of the challenge of belief in magic and wonder. The story's young protagonist, a curious and open-hearted boy, embarks on a journey that tests the limits of his own imagination and trust. Through his experiences, Van Allsburg masterfully depicts the tension between the thrill of believing in the impossible and the comfort of relying on what we can see and touch. This central theme speaks to the heart of what makes the Polar Express so relatable and timeless. The universal desire to hold on to a sense of childlike wonder, even as we mature and face the realities of the world around us. The way the story navigates this delicate balance is nothing short of enchanting, inviting readers of all ages to reflect on the role of imagination and faith in our lives. As we delve deeper into the narrative, it becomes clear that the true magic of the Polar Express lies not in the fantastical elements themselves, but in the way they are woven together to create a rich tapestry of possibility and awe. The illustrations that accompany the story are an integral part of its enchantment, elevating the narrative to a work of art that transcends the boundaries of traditional storytelling. Van Allsburg's watercolor paintings are at once dreamy and precise, conjuring up a world of snowy landscapes, vintage trains, and fantastical creatures that feel both nostalgic and fresh. The use of muted colors and soft textures only adds to the sense of wonder, drawing the reader into a world that feels both magical and real. Furthermore, the careful balance of light and shadow creates a sense of depth and dimensionality that pulls the reader into the narrative, making them feel like they're right there on the platform, waiting to board the Polar Express themselves. One of the most striking aspects of Van Allsburg's storytelling technique is the way he uses the illustrations to convey emotion and atmosphere. From the wide-eyed wonder of the protagonist to the gentle reverence of the train conductor, every character is brought to life through a combination of facial expression, body language, and carefully chosen details. The result is a narrative that feels both intimate and expansive, drawing the reader into a world of possibility and magic that's both personal and universal. At the same time, the illustrations also serve as a counterpoint to the text, adding new layers of meaning and symbolism that enrich our understanding of the story as a whole. The moment when the protagonist boards the magical train is, of course, the pivot around which the entire narrative revolves. This is the point at which the story shifts from a quiet, everyday world to one of wonder and enchantment, and the sense of possibility is palpable. As the train pulls out of the station, carrying its passengers on a journey to the North Pole, the reader is swept up in a maelstrom of sights, sounds, and sensations that are both thrilling and overwhelming. It's a testament to Van Allsburg's mastery of his craft that he's able to convey the sense of wonder and magic that permeates this moment, transporting the reader to a world of pure enchantment. The impact of the Polar Express on holiday traditions and storytelling cannot be overstated. For generations of children, this story has been a beloved part of their holiday ritual, a reminder of the magic and wonder that's at the heart of the season. At the same time, it's also a testament to the power of imagination and creativity, encouraging readers of all ages to dream big and believe in the impossible. Thanks for joining me on this magical journey into the world of the Polar Express. If you have a favorite moment from the story or a personal connection to this beloved tale, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Now we're off to join Kris Stopher and hear about his personal favorite book for Christmas.
Finally, the timeless classic A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Ebenezer Scrooge's journey from a miserly recluse to a joyful philanthropist, guided by the ghosts of Christmas, past, present, and yet to come, reminds us all of the transformative power of generosity and compassion. A must-read for the season. Let's bring the magic of A Christmas Carol to life by recreating my favorite scenes from the book. A Christmas Carol, written by the legendary Charles Dickens, is one of his most beloved works, and for good reason. This timeless tale has captivated readers for generations with its themes of redemption and the spirit of Christmas. Ebenezer Scrooge, the protagonist, is a complex character consumed by his deep-seated greed and disdain for Christmas. He believes that Christmas is nothing but a waste of time and resources, and that those who celebrate it are weak and sentimental. This attitude has led him to live a lonely and unfulfilled life, with no friends or family to speak of. His only comfort is his wealth, and he guards it fiercely. Scrooge's own nephew, Fred, has invited him to join his Christmas celebrations, but Scrooge has refused, citing his dislike for the holiday. Scrooge's disdain for Christmas is so strong that he even refuses to give his clerk, Bob Cratchit, a decent wage or a day off on Christmas Day. This not only affects Bob, but also his entire family, including his sickly son, Tiny Tim. Scrooge's treatment of others is a reflection of his own miserable existence, and it's hard not to feel a sense of justice when he's visited by the ghost of his former business partner, Jacob Marley. Marley's ghost is a harbinger of things to come, warning Scrooge that he will be visited by 3 spirits that will change his life forever. The stage is set for Scrooge's transformation, and we can't help but wonder what the night has in store for him. Will he continue to live a life of greed and selfishness, or will he finally learn the true meaning of Christmas? The first spirit to visit Scrooge is the ghost of Christmas past, who reveals to him the happy memories of his youth and the love he once shared with his fiancée, Belle. The spirit shows Scrooge how his own greed and ambition drove Belle away, and how he has been lonely ever since. This is a turning point for Scrooge, as he begins to see the error of his ways and the opportunities he has squandered. The Ghost of Christmas Present shows Scrooge the struggles of those around him, including the Cratchit family, who are barely scraping by despite their poverty. The spirit reveals to Scrooge that Tiny Tim's illness is likely to be fatal if he doesn't receive proper medical attention, and that his family is in dire need of assistance. Scrooge is also forced to confront his own isolation and loneliness, and the ways in which his actions have affected those around him. As the night wears on, Scrooge is visited by the ghost of Christmas yet to come, who shows him a possible future where he has died, and nobody mourns his passing. This is a wake-up call for Scrooge, as he realizes that his own death would be met with relief and even joy by those around him. The spirit also reveals to Scrooge that Tiny Tim's fate is not yet sealed, and that he still has time to change the course of events. Scrooge awakens on Christmas morning a changed man, filled with joy and a desire to change his ways. He is no longer the same bitter and lonely man he once was, but a kind and generous soul who wants to make amends for his past mistakes. He visits the Cratchit family and raises Bob's salary, and even becomes a second father to Tiny Tim. A Christmas Carol teaches us about the power of kindness and the possibility of redemption, making it a cherished holiday classic that continues to inspire us to this day. It reminds us that it's never too late to change our ways, and that the spirit of Christmas is alive and well within us all. So, what's your favorite moment from A Christmas Carol? Share it with me in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our other videos for more literary explorations.
Wrap up. And there you have it, our top 5 Christmas-themed books. Whether you're looking for mystery, humor, or heartwarming tales, these stories are sure to make your holidays extra special. The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. This short story, published in 1905, is a poignant tale of a young couple, Jim and Della, who each make personal sacrifices to buy a special Christmas gift for the other. In a twist of irony, their gifts are rendered unusable, but demonstrate the depth of their love and selflessness. Its brevity and emotional impact make it a classic holiday read. Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie. A festive whodunit first published in 1938, this novel features Hercule Poirot investigating the brutal murder of Simeon Lee, a wealthy and tyrannical patriarch, during a Christmas family gathering. Full of red herrings and clever twists, it delivers holiday cheer with a side of intrigue. Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. This 2001 novel takes a comedic approach to the holiday season, following Luther and Nora Crank as they decide to skip Christmas to go on a Caribbean cruise. Their decision shocks their community and leads to chaotic, funny consequences. It's a satirical look at the pressures of holiday traditions. The Polar Express by Chris van Allsburg. Published in 1985, this beautifully illustrated children's book tells the story of a boy who boards a magical train to the North Pole on Christmas Eve. Through his journey, he learns about belief, wonder, and the magic of Christmas. Its lyrical prose and enchanting imagery make it a favorite for all ages. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. First published in 1843, this novella tells the timeless tale of Ebenezer Scrooge, a miserly old man who is transformed after visits from the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and yet to come. Dickens's story explores themes of generosity, redemption, and the holiday spirit, making it a quintessential Christmas read. Let us know in the comments which book you'll be reading this Christmas. If you enjoyed today's deep dive, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more book deep dives, and share this video with your fellow book lovers. And until next time on Deep Dive with Smart Bookworms, keep reading, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next one.